you. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, good to see you. Good morning.
So
Anytime.
I was just reading a report from Piper Sandler. They said, don't get too excited because Trump is going to need 60 votes in the Senate to get any of this stuff through. So talk to us about this. They say don't expect an expansionary fiscal package and don't expect major tax cuts, including a tax cut for the corporate rate. So what is your expectation in terms of what President Trump is going to get through, even though I know Republicans are running the Senate, but you still need 60 votes, right?
Yeah, no, we can do it through reconciliation, through budget reconciliation. It's tax cuts. It affects the budget. So we only need 50 votes, 51, which we have now 54 U.S. senators. Yeah, you can put all of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act provisions, all of the things that we passed in a tax package out of the House this year, all of President Trump's Tax Cuts and Jobs Act that will, if we don't make them permanent, expire at the end of this year. We can do all of that through reconciliation, and we only need 51 votes in the Senate for that. I think we have with 54 Republican U.S. senators, I think that'll be easy to accomplish. I expect, as a member of the Ways and Means Committee, that we will start in earnest on his tax package, including some of the things that he talked about on the campaign trail. And I believe that we get that done very early on next year in a Trump presidency, in a Republican majority in the House and Republican majority in the Senate, to send a message to the American people that we are here to change the economy that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris destroyed. We're here to bring inflation back down. We're here to bring you tax cuts and put more money in your wallets.
Well, there's no doubt that President-elect Trump has a mandate. I mean, he won the popular vote. He obviously won the Electoral College. America has spoken. They want change economically and foreign policy related. But New York Attorney General Letitia James is digging in. I mean, it's amazing to see these few Democrats that are digging in. She's not done using her lawfare against President Trump. Watch this.
We did not expect this result, but we are prepared to respond to this result. And my office has been preparing for several months because we've been here before. We faced this challenge before, and we used the rule of law to fight back.
Congressman, you're on the weaponization of the federal government select subcommittee. Will the committee be more effective now that it seems that the Republicans will control Congress and this was a real sweep? What do you make of Tish James there?
Well, first of all, I think she should be very cautious about her remarks and obviously the things that she has done in the past to lawfare and use the justice system and weaponize the justice system against a political enemy with a Trump DOJ and a Trump Attorney General in charge of that, looking at things like prosecutorial misconduct that is clearly happening in her office from her and from some of these other offices that we saw utilize the lawfare of their offices to try to go after President Trump prior to the election and weaponizing the justice system. I think a new attorney general under President Trump will look at that for prosecutorial misconduct charges, conspiracy charges. We all know that these charges were frivolous in nature, that they were political in nature. So she needs to be very careful about her tone. And I would caution her significantly with the actions that she may or may not take. The actions she already took are going to be looked at for things that can be attacked from a new DOJ, a real DOJ that will actually uphold the law and not politicize the Justice Department.
Who do you want to see Trump name for his nominate for his attorney general, Congressman?
You know, we haven't discussed specific names, but what I have encouraged him to do is whoever that attorney general is has to be strong, has to be willing to have courage and take on a lot of these big issues. They have to completely reform the justice system, from the FBI to our intelligence community to the DOJ has to be completely reformed to prevent the abuses that happened when he first ran and the spying on his campaign. The FBI obviously doesn't have a lot of hope in it with what they've done in the past in weaponizing their investigations, everything from the Mar-a-Lago raid to a lot of the other things that they've done. So whoever it is has to be strong, have courage, and be willing to go against all of the stuff that the mainstream media is going to throw against them and stand strong on actually the law and upholding the law and bring justice back to the Justice Department and get rid of all of the individuals that were there that weaponized the federal government.
Real quick, Congressman, what do you think happens in the House? How many many seats are you expecting to have? Will you be up to 218? Will you have the majority in the House as well? Is this a sweep?
We're definitely going to have the majority. I think it's a 5 to 6 vote majority. If you look at the numbers, like Juan Ciscomani in Arizona, it keeps flip-flopping between him winning and the Democrat winning. He's a great member of Congress. I think as they continue to count those votes, he comes ahead, which puts us at a 6-vote majority. But if you look at what the races that Republicans are leading now, I think we're at a 5 to 6 vote majority.
Oh, that's better than what you had in the 118th Congress.
Well, it's not only better than that, but having a Republican Senate makes a huge difference with Trump in the White House.
Sure, understood. Congressman, it's good to see you. Congrats to you. Thanks very much. Greg Steube.